live. Most High in Christ. Clap it up. Once again, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under command in Juliana. We've been teaching this truth since 1969 that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are in fact the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and that our oppressor is the devil. You understand? If you could go to where it says banners, to your right of your screen, and hit Commander Jan Hannes. It's already on? Okay. All right, no sir. But of course, you know, as we've been covering, you know, here in this, it's breaking news anytime it feel like breaking, you understand? This ain't Bloomberg, but hey, we're gonna give you some coverage, you understand? And you might ask yourself, why is all this turmoil going on in the earth? Israel, Hamas, China, Taiwan, Russia, and Ukraine. Really, at this point, Russia and America. At this point, everything that's going on in the Black Sea, everything that's going on near Alaska, all of these things ain't by chance. All of these things ain't by chance, and it's like America is so fixated on the propaganda and distraction, we can't even see or comprehend what's going on in the earth. What's going on in the earth is absolutely dynamic, and it's really, the sad part is that your pastor ain't telling you it's because of you. I mean, it's for your sake. Everybody out here praying for Ukraine, praying for the Palestinians, praying for Taiwan. Ain't nobody praying for you, Negro. You think they praying for you? Yeah. We destroyed, bro. We destroyed this out. We don't even understand, y'all. 1 second, bear with me 1 second. And like the so-called oppressor, right? Hey, go back to the June. I ain't ready for that just yet. But maximize the screen. Well, not that way, the other way, because I'm gonna have you go back. Just keep it on there right now, for now. But like we always mention, like America is so fixated on propaganda. Always fixated on propaganda, and we can't even recognize and see what's going on in the earth and how dynamic and relevant the news is today more than ever. But what we looking at right now, we on the brink of the third woe. Matter of fact, let me get the third woe in the scriptures, where it speaks about the third woe. And that third woe is like we think is a small thing, what we be bringing out in this Bible would be so dynamic, yo. I'm gonna show you something in this book. That T.D. Jakes ain't bringing out, Creflo Dollar ain't bringing out, Al Sharpton, all them big-headed Negroes in the Christian church, they not bringing this out. They chucking and jiving and dancing and leaving us confused when they supposed to give us clarity. Right. Give us clarity of what's going on in the earth. Give us clarity of what's going on in our communities. Give us clarity. But All we get is theatrics. All we get is theatrics, dancing, singing. It's a time for entertainment, but it ain't so entertaining in the earth right now. It ain't so entertaining right now. You got that? Go ahead.
Revelations, chapter 11, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
The second woe is past.
The second woe passed. We talking about World War II. That's like a blink of an eye ago, right? It don't even seem like too far ago. They make it seem that way, but listen, that was around the corner. We talking about all the nations of the earth going at it. That ain't a small event. That ain't a small thing that happened in the earth. Go ahead.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Now we here, and what we seeing what's on in the news, in the on your timeline, on your radio shows. We talking about the third woe here. We talking about War 3 here. But we so distracted though. What we distracted about, Matham? We getting that grill ready. Yeah, we distracted by the trinkets of America, man. All these shit, like, and it's. I'm not saying I'm against entertainment. That's one thing, but Negroes got it's down there. We got 2 brain cells. We can't even. The only thing people want to talk about is Kendrick Lamar and Drake and Atlanta Housewives. Got 2 goddamn brain cells. You got 2 goddamn brain cells. And if you so-called, you're a so-called activist, all you talking about is another nation. And really, your liberation is selective. You said nothing about Cuba. You said nothing about Haiti. You said nothing about the Mexicans on the border. You said nothing about anything pertaining to the real Jews of the Bible.
Right.
But now the earth is going to cry for the Palestinians. The earth is going to cry for the Ukrainians. The earth is going to cry for Taiwan. But nobody cries for you, black man. Nobody cries for you, Hispanic man, Native Indian man and woman.
Right.
First Nation. Who cries for us? Their so-called wokeness, their so-called liberation, their so-called, all of that is very selective. They're joining the trend, joining the fad. I'm not saying that it's invalid, the atrocities that's going on to the Palestinians and the Ukrainians. But let's be real. You care only for somebody that don't look like a Negro. That don't look like an Hispanic, a Native Indian. You want to talk about humanitarian aid? They've been cutting off humanitarian aid for the Cubans for the last 50 years.
Right.
And then in the last 3 decades, the United Nations has been voting against that embargo. You think they was getting medical care during COVID? They were still being cut off during the time of COVID. You understand? Go ahead.
Adam Shepard asks, what side are you on, Israel or Hezbollah?
That's a good question. Person in the chat said, what side are you on, Israel or Hezbollah? Now you see the shield behind us, you think we might be pro-Israeli. Or you might hear the conversation in our tone and in our speech, and you might say, oh, they must be Palestinian. Now let me ask you this, Adam. Are you pro-blood or Crip? After you give me that answer, I'll give you mine. But if you're too much of a coward to answer that question, we'll refrain from answering your question. Are you for the Bloods or are you for the Crips? Are you for the Latin Kings or are you for the gangster disciples? Are you for the vice lords? Which gang do you support? And I think the answer would be clear after that, after you realize the nature of your question. You understand?
Right.
Let me know what gang side you on. Are you for the Bloods or are you for the Rolling 60s? Are you for the pyro? Are you for the vice lord, the gangster disciple? Let me know. Just put it in the chat real quick. Let me know who you with. But I'll answer it for you. I know sometimes it's hard to look at yourself, right? We're not with any of these violent and inhumane militant groups. Israelis are unalivers of civilians. Why would I be on the side of the unaliver? Hamas is also an unaliver. Why would I be on the side of Hamas when they are violent criminals? You know what it is? America and the propaganda of America and other nations, they make you choose between two sides that are evil. When nobody recognizes and understands water. Or if they got juice back there or soda, I'll take that too. But nobody recognizes and understands that both are evil. It's no sides. I'm not saying, and when I say that, I'm not saying what's happening to the Palestinians is the right thing. And I'm not saying what's happening to the Israelis is the right thing, what Hamas has done. But what I am saying is, we're on the Lord's side. Whatever the Lord wants, that's the side we on, you understand? The Lord wants justice and righteousness for the true nation of Israel. That's what we got to recognize and understand. We don't have to choose between these two nations. We don't have to choose between Hamas and the Israelis. We can choose neither. And at the same time, recognize the atrocities that's happening to the Palestinians. And at the same time, recognize the atrocities that's happening to the so-called Israelis. But I tell you this, we're on neither of them side. We're on the Lord's side here. And the Lord is causing turmoil in the earth. The Lord is causing all of these nations to come down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. That's what you don't recognize and understand, Adam. We're against, it's not who we're for or who we're against. We want whatever the Lord wants. We want whatever the Lord wants. People like this person, Adam here, needs to recognize this. Nobody is winning this war. Is that cut? No, I'm good on cut. The water. What you got to recognize and understand is this. Nobody is winning this war. It don't matter how much money that's going to be shoveled down into Ukraine. It don't matter how much money shuffled down to the Israelis. It don't matter how many inspirational posts that you make. It don't know how many GoFundMes that you set up to save a Palestinian. None of that is going to resolve the matter, because nobody is going to win this war. This war ain't about Israelis coming on top, or the so-called Arab nations coming on top, or any other nation coming on, or any of these heathen nations coming on top. This is your demise. You understand? Let me read the third woe one more time.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 14.
Go ahead.
The second woe is past.
The second woe is past.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Ain't it? It seemed like yesterday, right? It seemed like yesterday Russia invaded Ukraine. And then since then, it's like the world been going on a downhill. That's them rumors of war and all that stuff. Like I seen some propaganda about well, it was definitely a submarine, a Russian submarine going to Cuba. Russian submarine, nuclear submarine at that, setting off the coast of Cuba. I seen a bunch of propaganda, which was just a bunch of air shows down there in Florida, but America got their response. But even you can call that a rumor. It was all over TikTok and YouTube. This is America's response. Yo, that's a whole air show, dum-dum. That was like, the Fleet Week. People putting footage of Fleet Week saying this is America's response, and everybody was eating it up. Y'all silly, bro. We believe anything we see. You better check your sources, y'all. TikTok cool sometimes. Really, TikTok and some sources are legitimate. Especially, what do they always used to say in school, Matham? The primary source is the best source. If I got I got somebody with a video camera, a phone camera in the Gaza Strip, showing me a military grade. Yo, come on, bro. And you gonna tell me that they're not killing unaliving civilians? Right. You're out of your goddamn mind, You're out of your mind. Your head needs to be examined, like Obama said. Did Obama say that? Who said that? Who said your head needs to be examined? Was it Bush said that, or one of them presidents said your head need to be examined? No, I think it was was it Hillary that said that? I don't know. One of them politicians, But no, initially, Adam, I know you said, what side are you on? Israeli or Hamas or Hezbollah? Listen, we ain't on the side of the unalivers, which is both of you. What you really want to say, do you reckon? Your question is really this: which unaliver side are you on? Are you on the side of the Israeli unalivers, or are you on the side of the Arabs? You really saying, are you on the side of the whites or the Arabs? That's your real question. Right. I mean, let's be real about it. I don't gotta title it Palestinian or Hamas. This is Israeli against Palestinian. I don't know why everybody's scared to say that. But hey, that's the truth. Look, you want to get into this article? Now look, you just want to go down where it says present. Yep, and then you want to go share screen. And then click on the article. We can start with Russia first because the title was a lot later on. We'll start in Russia. And then share. And then, can you scroll up and down? You should be able to now. But they see what you see right now. So we'll get into this article. Hit that. Okay, yeah. All right, let's read that title.
Russia and North Korea signed a defense pact with each other.
They teaming up. And we're going to see a lot of this coming forward. And then you're going to see a lot of this also. You're going to see so-called allies teaming up with somebody that ain't an ally. Allies of the United States and allies of the Israelis. You're going to see them teaming up with people that were not allies. You're going to see some term. We worried about the Kendrick and Drake beef. You better see some real beef. I don't know. I like talking about this. That's all we want to talk about. We want to talk about all the little petty Atlanta housewives, Kendrick and Lamar. I say Kendrick and Lamar. Kendrick and Drake. Kanye West, blase. Like, you get so distracted, yo. And they force feed it to you through social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and you just eat it up. All this little baseline, a bunch of these are adults that act like they're children. They're in high school. It's like you stuck in high school. You stuck to the drama. They outside fighting. Like, grow the hell up, bro. No, don't get me started on Kendrick Lamar. They talking about they not like us. Then you had a goddamn oppressor in the video. Talking about they not like us. You gotta stop trying to see these goddamn. You think they they entertainers, dummy. They not like us. And I know y'all probably like, oh, he's got to be a Drake fan. He's got to be a Drake fan. Listen, both of them Negroes is dumb. Okay. Anyway, where we at, man? Let's I don't mean to clamor. Sometimes I get going, man. Go ahead.
Russia and North Korea signed a defense pact with each other. What does this mean?
And you might ask yourself, what does this mean for America? What does this mean for Israelis? What does this mean for the world? And Americans looking at, listen, America's been doing this forever. America teamed up with Ukraine unjustly, a place that wasn't their territory. They over there with NATO trying to get Ukraine on their side and really just to put nuclear weapons in Ukraine to fight Russia. That's what and they've been doing this for over a decade. But we on Atlanta, your mind is at goddamn VH1 and Atlanta Housewives. That's where your mind is at. Your mind is at Could Have Been Records with Drewski. Your mind, you so bait, like we become so, what's the word? I can't even think of the goddamn word. You become so baseline what we receive and what we retain, you understand? This is huge, bro. America done the same thing, Ukraine and many other nations. They teaming up. Hey, look, America act like can't nobody else have allies. That's all it is. Because you're not really a you are what's the word? You're a bully. You don't want nobody else to have friends. There you go. That's the perfect word. You're a dictator. Exactly. You wanna go in and put your 2 cents into every other nation. That's a dictatorship. Look at the headlines. See North Korea, and you don't want nobody else to have power. You don't want nobody else to have a weapon. You's a bully, yo. You's a goddamn bully. Officer Mathum just made a valid point. Officer Mathum just said this: the Lord is allowing these other nations to see America for what it is. Is allowing to see, or in the public eye now, to see what the Israelis are, publicly. They are some unaliving scum. Y'all thought all the Israelis are so humble and this and all that. They got a lust for blood just like any other heathen nation, just like any other Edomite nation, man. Right. They just like their brother. Esau is a cunning. They so clever. You think they not even Esau? You think they not even? Yo, come on. Hey, I'm gonna get off it. Let's get to the article. Go ahead.
Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korea leader Kim Jong-un just signed a new defense pact. Why now?
Why now? You know why now? Because we want to break up World War III. That's why. That's the why. It would be wise to be like, hey, yo, it's going down. Hey, China, America be tripping. You see the Israelis tripping. We going to have to team up. Iran going to get in the battle. They already calling Hamas a proxy of Iran. Right? Yep. They've been talking. Listen, man, if you follow the politics, you don't even got to follow politics closely. You can see they've been on Iran neck for a long time. They've been on Iran neck for a long. They do not want them to have that oil and that power and that military capability. Who's the dictator? Who is the real dictator? Come on.
Putin capped off his 2-day trip to Korea today with the surprise signing of a new comprehensive strategic partnership pact.
It's really not a surprise. This is a surprise to the common man. So this is a surprise to the common man, but the people that are in power, they know what's going on. They know the deal. They know the deal. They know what's happening. And then at the same time, they talking about a draft. Let's not forget about that. Y'all know, Ukrainians is getting whooped. Okay? don't be so don't be so gullible. They've been getting whooped for months. When the war started over a year ago? 2 years, damn. See? I said the third will come quick. So my bad, you know what I mean? So recognize and understand this. They getting whooped. That money ain't gonna help. They gonna have to put some boots on the ground. Y'all hear that? I know y'all wanna hear that. I know. You know, a drone can only do so much. They want to send all the unmanned aircraft they can. You're gonna have to put boots on that soil. Go ahead, you had something?
The reason why they select this service is dynamic that you brought that up. The reason why you are absolutely correct about them having to put the boots on the ground because they have system disruptors. They have EMP grenades, anything that can take out electrical equipment. So all of those drones and everything like that will be null and void. And this is the reason why America is now just passed a law stating that everybody from 18 to 26 can be called up for the war.
You hear that? They just passed that law. Officer Matham just brought it out. You wanna pull an article on that too? Yeah. If you can pull it up after this article. I don't want to do too much moving. But you can mention it to me when we get off of this article. But Officer Matham is so right on that, man. And y'all think that's just because we think we ain't hear about the draft since what? The Second War. We ain't hear nothing about the draft since the Second War. Other than that, it's just been volunteers and people joining the military. Now they talking about the draft. Nobody even mentioning it. You know who I heard mention that though? I don't even see it on TikTok. I don't even see it on Facebook. I don't see it. I heard one person mention that, and that's Commander Yama. That's the only. I haven't heard Bloomberg, CNN, and NBC. Ain't nobody talking about the draft. I think that's a big thing to talk about. What's that? It's going to pose a panic. Unalive.
Everything, all of the people that didn't come home. That was their main concern with another war that they didn't want to draft because they didn't want to have to be forced into war, which is what the Most High already called.
It's already coming.
It's already coming.
It's damn near already here.
And they know that if they call for a draft, America is going to go crazy.
Oh yeah, they already gone crazy. Especially the Gen Z. The Gen Z don't give a damn about America. It is not fighting, man. And listen, I think that's the least patriotic generation in a long time. All they want to do is be on the damn phone. I said they like I'm damn so-called millennial, but it's like it's clear as day. I'm gonna let you go. That generation that they trying to drive from, it ain't looking good. Okay, it's a lot. Go ahead.
The reason why they had to do it under the cover of night, pass that law under the cover of night, because they saw what happened with the
Protest.
So they knew that they had to pass this law without people realizing it. So that's why they put all of that propaganda and had everybody's mind in other places.
Yeah, propaganda. Like we saw what them protests looked back there in the 40s and the 50s, man. It was like crazy. It was in the street wild, especially them goddamn hippies. Them hippies was about it. Okay, them hippies was not going to no goddamn. They was putting flowers down the barrels of the military police. We were. I mean, I wasn't there, but it's footage. It's documented. They don't like to show that side of history, though, Mathon.
Not at all.
They don't like to show that side of history.
And not to get too far off, sir, but if you remember, in the 1970s, in the early 70s, President Nixon's rule was against the hippies who were against the war
Word.
and against black people.
Mm.
And their number one target draft is us.
Right.
Understand? So we are the hippies because what nation of people are they gearing all of these smoke shops to?
Right.
So now they get you on that. Now your mind is somewhere else, and now they can pass a law like this and call your sons and daughters because now they're including women too. So women are included in this too. So our children will be the children called up for those.
So it was right. Right. All right, where we at?
The actual, I'm gonna start back at the top. Putin capped off his 2-day trip to North Korea with a surprise signing of a new comprehensive strategic partnership pact. The actual text of the document is yet to be released, so the details are uncertain, but the treaty is said to include a mutual defense provision calling for each country to provide military assistance should the other be attacked.
Hear that? They got backup. America, you think you got backup? You got something coming. And listen, just like Adam asked, what side are you on? What side are y'all on? We ain't on none of these cats' side. Let me ask you this: what side are you on of the goddamn Bloods and Crips? Can you tell me that, Adam? That texted me. Did we get an answer yet?
I'm gonna jump back, sir.
I don't even think we got an answer from Adam.
Sir. No answer.
Adam ain't saying a goddamn thing. And you know why? Because Adam knows. Adam knows. You thought we was just some liberal cats on the internet talking about blase. What side y'all on? Because all them liberal cats, they got a side. They either what? Pro-Palestinian or pro-Israel. We ain't pro none of them cats. We pro the Lord.
Right.
You understand? Whatever the Lord wants, that's what we pro. That's what we pro, Madonna. And they listen, I remember we was at camp, we was talking to that Palestinian. He couldn't believe that we wasn't like on any side. Like, but I don't see y'all picking the side of the Bloods. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for y'all liberation to unite the gangs. Where y'all at? Kendrick Lamar fans? That's what y'all think, because Kendrick Lamar got Bloods and Crips on stage. Come on, bro. You're a joke. You're a joke. We see right through your question. Okay? And if the question is genuine, listen, we on the lower side. What you think about that? Anything else?
Why now? This is the easy question. North Korea has been supplying Russia with arms for its war in Ukraine, and Putin is paying them off with a great big thank you.
They thank you. Y'all can't. We look at this as like, look, as evil when America been doing this for a long time.
Right.
But they've been a bully about it, yo. This is not an offensive tactic. This is a defensive tactic, meaning they have intel that they are going to be attacked. You gotta look, this is a defensive signing. This is not an offensive signing saying, me and North Korea is gonna go attack somebody. They just became allies, that's all. That's all it was. Y'all hear any news about Russia and North Korea, you think they better come for you. America been coming for them forever. America been on another country's territory. And the person that's over that territory, Russia and Putin, they be saying, yo, chill, back off of my territory. They've been saying it for over a decade. Then they had to invade their own territory. I think, like, we think, my thumb, yo. I mean, it be like so. Things like this should be elementary. But like we be bringing out all the time, the propaganda, the distractions, we so embedded in today's age and society, we are incapable of realizing elementary things that are happening in the earth. It is a war. It is an actual war that is going, all of these wars are going to collide. Yo, my thumb, we gotta read this article. It's almost 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get to the other one too.
Look, it says Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022 forced Moscow to look to North Korea for munitions, and Pyongyang has delivered, providing artillery, ammunition, and short-range rockets that Russia has used against Ukraine. In return, Russia is likely to provide not only economic aid, as North Korea desperately needs cheap oil from Russia, but also military aid to help improve North Korea's weapons of mass destruction.
Woo! I hear that? That sounds like thermonuclear warheads. And y'all talking about gelato. Y'all talking about what y'all doing. Y'all talking about what y'all doing. What you doing for the 4th? All right, y'all out there y'all going to the south of the border, going up to 83, going up, dropping 10K on some damn file. You gonna have the whole neighborhood. You try to show out like it's a goddamn wedding. You paying for the neighborhood wedding. Yeah. Go ahead, Mathan. Go ahead.
The new treaty is a sign of growing closeness between the two pariah states. As Putin said, this is truly a breakthrough document, reflecting the desires of the two countries not to rest on their laurels, but to raise our relations to a new qualitative level.
Come on, read on. Was that really it on that? I think we got the gist, right? But if you see anything pressing as you scroll down, you can bring it up.
For years, North Korea has not been part of international polite society. All major powers and the entire UN Security Council stood against its nuclear weapons and ballistic missile program.
Meaning what? They ain't dealing with nobody. Ain't nobody trying to be their ally. Ain't nobody trying to be, you know what I mean? They be like, yo, they tripping over there. But they seeing like, maybe people seeing what they was seeing. America's a bully, yo. America, the Israelis, they are the big bad bully you thought North Korea was. Ain't they? They trampled and drove over a nation that didn't have a real fighting chance. And for what? For land, for oil. And then the rumors are what? They ain't done yet. Now, just like America went to war with Iraq, now they had to go to Afghanistan. They got to spread their military might out through as many branches as they can. This is the same thing that the so-called America did, right? We seeing the same thing. They said W. Bush said we're going to war with Iraq. We're going to war. I remember like it was yesterday. We're going to war. We're going to go in there. We're going to find weapons of mass destruction. They still ain't found no weapons of mass destruction to this day. Go ahead.
They said they've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. That was a ploy to get into Iraq.
Right.
They were in Iraq to steal.
Right. Now,
They just what they did. They had to
now,
have a reason
now look, real quick.
over there.
I can't go into conspiracy theories. I can't go into that. I can't.
I didn't say.
Now, if I get
I got you.
I can't go into that. Can't go into that. We talked about that off air.
But they had to have a reason to go into Iraq, and that was the perfect reason. It just so happened that 9/11 happened.
Right. Hey, listen.
The perfect reason.
And it's kind of listen. Let's get to the other article.
Yeah.
Let's get to the other article. Now, share. You want to go back to share screen?
Stop screaming.
Oh, go back up where it says stop sharing. Hit that first. Yeah. Hit that, and then go do the same process you did earlier. No. Yeah. Present. Yep.
That share screen.
Uh huh.
We got to
Yep. And look, I want everybody that's online. We got about 50 people watching right now. Go ahead, hit that like button, yo. Hit that like button. Get our likes up. Get this information out there. Hit that share button and make sure y'all subscribe. To our channels, whatever channel. If you watching on Twitter, make sure you follow us. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna help get this information to the masses. You understand?
Right.
All right, so second article of the night. I'll go ahead.
An Israeli offensive into Lebanon risks an Iranian military response, top U.S. military leaders said.
Meaning what? You messing with my homie over there, you gonna see it, huh? Like America think nobody is brave enough to jump in the fight, and I say America like it's goddamn Israel. It's talking about I said because you know why? Because they damn near one and the same. The UN been voting against voting against both of these cats for the last 3 decades. They always been one and the same. Go ahead.
The top U.S. military officers warned on Sunday that any Israeli military offensive into Lebanon would risk an Iranian response in defense of the powerful Hezbollah militant group there, triggering a border war that could put U.S. forces in the region in danger.
He talking about it's going to be more than sending money. They're going to be sending them troops. And they getting stretched thin. They're going to have to send troops to Ukraine. They're going to have to send troops to the Gaza Strip, Lebanon. They're going to have to send troops to Taiwan. They're going to have to send troops to Taiwan. Why is that? They're going to have to send troops to Iran. They're going to have to send troops back to Afghanistan and Iraq. They're going to be stretched so thin. That's why. Why do you think this draft? Do you think these drafts just? Oh, we're gonna. You think these drafts just because? That's why they purposely not talking about this. You know what I mean? Your son and daughter is at risk of going to war for America. It's probably the first time you heard about it. I should have did a class on the draft. That's what Commander. He probably talk about it tonight. I'm sure he will. I'm almost positive he will. Go ahead.
A lot of people got to understand who are the first people to be drafted. First people that are to be drafted are the least fortunate. People who have nothing else. Understand? And most times out of 10, it's going to be so-called black
I bet you they trying to get them green cards out now.
Yeah.
They're gonna get them green cards. They're gonna expedite. They're gonna speed that process up. We need and they're gonna send cats right off the wall. And us being so hospitable, we're gonna look at it as an upgrade. All right.
Then you're gonna come home with something better, to a better life,
Right.
better opportunity.
Them cats that with the Vietnam, them cats is the most destroyed Negroes you might see. Some of them cats is like bugged out.
Yep.
Bugged out to see. Even the cats that went to Iraq, they bugged out too. They bugged out too. They on all types of drugs, all types of art. You know what I mean? It's a lot. Bugged the hell up, man. It's a horrible thing them cats got to go through and got to see and can't talk about. Go ahead.
Air Force General C.Q. Brown, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said Iran would be more inclined to support Hezbollah.
Mm-hmm.
He added that Tehran supports Hamas militants in Gaza, but would give greater backing to Hezbollah, particularly if they felt that Hezbollah was being significantly threatened.
Hold that. Let's get a scripture. Let's get wars and rumors of wars. (24 and 6). 20.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Hey, 1 second. I'll read that from. I need tissue.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars.
You shall hear war. But you should hear of wars, right? That's what we hear. And for the last couple of years, especially this last decade, we've been just seeing and hearing and waiting online, chatter online, wars. And then when Ukraine and Russia popped off, we was like, okay, here we go. We're gonna pray for Ukraine. We're gonna pay for Ukraine, right? But prior to that, man, we was hearing rumors before that about Iran, about North Korea. For years, there'd be an article that come up. North Korea showing signs of force. This country showing signs, boom, 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 all throughout the earth, right? These are the rumors. And you know the thing is, yo, these people in power are so dumb and so gullible and so bloodthirsty that they see that what is going, it's like, yo, how dumb can you be? But the Lord is making them dumb.
Right.
The Lord is making them so dumb that they don't care that it's about to be World War III. Like America is prolonging putting boots in the ground. We're going to send humanitarian aid. And like America can't even, it's like in the middle of an election, in the middle of civil unrest, in the middle of all these protests, and the world is looking at you like, you scumbag. And you got Biden and Trump, and it's like, it's a mess. But I don't know, I don't understand why we can't even see this, right? how messy this is. You think the Kendrick and Lamar joint is messy. This messy on another level. This messy on the point of nuclear threat. This is like when I turn that radio on and they get to talking about this stuff, I'm like, yo, I damn it, yo, you heard what they just said? Boom, 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 Russia did this. But you on the phone, yo, do you heard that new diss track? You heard that new diss track? Bro, yeah, I heard it, yo. It's cool. I heard it, yo. Did you see what the UN just said? Voted against? You don't like the UN. Yeah, you talking about the UN? This the news. I don't want about the news. They got us in a box, my dog. They got us in a box, yo. Where we at with it though? Rules and rumors of wars, right?
Wars and rumors.
Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled.
Don't even trip. You might be scared. You might be weary, but all these things is for our sake. Go ahead.
For all these things must come to pass.
All these things gotta happen, yo. It gotta happen, and in order for us to have liberation, black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man, Native Indian man, in order for us to get our justice, in order for us to have a society where we thrive and have actual morality, for that society to exist, this age and society that we live in must cease. And listen, they're gonna come up against each other. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Ain't none of them winning this war. Ain't none of them cats winning this war at all. Go ahead.
But the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. You think it's the end of you think this is the end of you, when this is the beginning. Can we get that in the Apocrypha? Israel being Esau being the end. You know what I'm looking for. Esau is the end of the world, or that one. You can find that for me. And I ain't gonna be too long. It's getting late. It's already past 8 o'clock. But we far gone, bro. We looking at it like everybody's so concerned, and these things are going to escalate. We think that there's going to be some type of legislation passed or some type of treaty signed or some type of, they talking about a ceasefire. That ceasefire ain't happening, bro. They've been talking about this ceasefire for the last 6 months, right? That ain't happening. They had a lust. First of all, they're getting back for what they did to the hostages, so they're going to unalive any child, anybody over there. That's their true nature. That's their true nature. And remember this when come November, when you're sitting at that Thanksgiving dinner. They did the same thing to your brother, the Native American Indians. And then they went behind your back and changed the story and lied to you in elementary school. Now they're changing legislation to change the story about slavery and down there in Florida. This is a cunning bastard, man. A cunning man. You understand? You got that? Go ahead.
Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau is the end. Now you might ask yourself, here's Esau. Esau is the greatest oppressor in the earth. Now ask yourself this: who's been doing the most unaliving throughout history?
Right.
Who done polluted the air? Who done polluted the water? Who done ran in your country? Took over lands. You know what I mean? The so-called French, the so-called Portuguese, the so-called Spaniard, the so-called European. Right? Who is that man? Put a face to that man. Do I have to say who the oppressor is? Do I have to say who's bombing the hell out of Palestinians? Do I have to say who cut off Cuba, cut off Haiti? Do I have to say? Let me ask you why you speak Spanish. So-called Hispanic man. Do I gotta tell you who the oppressor is? Why do you speak English, so-called black man? So-called Native Indian man? Do I gotta tell you who the oppressor is? Esau is the end of the world. He's the end of his own age and society. That's how arrogant he is. How dumb can you be? I be like, the Lord is like the master of war. Because he did the same thing to the Egyptians. They wanted them Negroes back. Went back and tried to get them. And their whole army got wiped out. I mean, think about that. And the so-called, this Egypt, this dying bastard right here, he's so arrogant. He claimed that he know the Bible. He can't stop himself from causing the third woe. Go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of that to follow.
Meaning after this, all this turmoil that's happening, we're going to have our own Asian society again. Christ is going to come back and he's going to be a righteous leader and a true form of righteous dictatorship. Go ahead.
Verse 10. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand.
Meaning what? That's the turmoil. That's the whole reason this fight is happening. You think you left out you're not a part of this. You the main reason this is happening, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, because your society, your Asian society must come forth. And we read in Matthews, all these things have to happen. Right. But in a Christian mind, it's such a horrible thing because we so attached to the oppressor. We want all people to go to heaven. We want to bring all nations and races. You want this fake utopia of all nations coming together. That ain't in the Bible. Go ahead.
Other question, Edris, ask thou not.
You could drop that there, man. Did you get what I'm saying? You get where we going here? You want to finish this article off? We're going to roll up. You can finish it off just to get a little bit more insight, then we're going to roll out.
Brown spoke to reporters as he traveled to Botswana for a meeting of African defense ministers. Israeli officials have threatened a military offensive in Lebanon if there is no negotiating in to push Hezbollah away from the border.
Dang.
Just days ago, Israel's military said it had approved and validated plans for an offensive in Lebanon.
You see that? It's evident, y'all. We just waiting.
Right.
They going to invade Lebanon. This is the third war we've been talking about, huh? This is that third. You had something?
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
No, it's the rest of it.
Oh, go ahead.
Even as the U.S. works to prevent the months of cross-border attacks from spiraling into a full-blown war.
Because they know America is arrogant, but not as arrogant as these goddamn Israelis right now. They brother.
Right.
They two. You got Amalek, and you got another brother, another Duke of Esau. Amalek, they so goddamn arrogant, bro. And they just want to show that they ain't gonna stop. The Lord made them like that.
Right.
What's happening in the earth gotta happen. Look, I'm gonna drop it there though, man. We are Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under commanding General Yohana. We've been teaching the truth since 1969 that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are, in fact, the true biblical Jews of the Bible. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, leave a comment if you could, you understand? I'm going to get this truth to the masses, you understand? And with that, I'm going to pass the class off to Priest and Officer Matham Shakali. Hold up. that, I'm gonna pass the class off to Priest and Officer Mathum. Should call you.
All right. See here. Just clap it up, clap it up. All right. Now we gotta stop getting distracted, man. We don't hear what's going on. Next thing you know, bombs go. Hey, listen, this is what happened. Salak, if I may, sir. This is what happened to the Ukrainians. The day before that first bomb dropped in Ukraine, those Ukrainians was out partying. They was out shopping. They was out doing their everyday thing. You understand? And that's what we're setting ourselves up for today. We're setting ourselves up that when it begins, when this war really hits, we're gonna be oblivious to anything because we keep getting distracted. You understand? And the only way we not gonna get distracted is if we get up into these classes under Commanding General Yohana in the ISUPK. With that, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves from the world. After 6 month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 month period in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. It means 10th in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashera. So it means a tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund. A free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Up and coming holy convocation. What's our next? It's time for a new One West shirt. One West shirt coming apart. We just had the closing of the Feast of First Fruits. October. Memorial blowing of the trumpets in October. Listen, we had a good time here at the closing of the Feast of First Fruits. So if y'all can, don't miss it. Get in here. You understand? I mean, listen, where else is there to be at this time? You understand? The cat was just talking about the wars and rumors of wars, and it ain't no place better to be than right here in the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under Commanding General Yohana. Ramah Akim Akwathium. Check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, I Majim. I Majim Shabbat. I Majim Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbarakatha. Yad Yamata. Class dismissed. Yeah, listen, you gave me an idea for tomorrow.